By wearing a simple thread, I do not think it can make any difference. By wearing a simple ring, I do not think it can make any difference. First thing Sadhguru said in that video is, if I'll ask you to do something that will not fit into your logical brain, will you do that? So the experience that I used to get once in 10 days, right now I'm getting or twice in a day. So far for last 13 years I've been staying in hostel and I have not seen this kind of facilities inside any kind of PGs or any kind of hostel even after paying them. One thing Sadhguru is keep on telling us, keep on reminding us that this video might be not that energetic the way I usually make videos because I'm not feeling a little bit well today, but still I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna enjoy this video. So till last month I have already explained what happened with me, particularly in terms of the routine, how am I living my life here in the ashram. But in this part of the video I'll be sharing a little bit of my own story, my own feelings, that what is happening within me or with me. After staying here in the ashram for last 2 months, I realized that a significant part of my life I lived as a very natural, very pure life. But after a certain point, when I started knowing more about life, when I started learning more about things, I started living a life of pretension. It was not the way I am, but it is something that I felt like I should be doing. So because of societal idea, because of somebody's idea, because of my own way of being successful, because of something that actually had an influence on my actions. But after coming here, I went back to those moments of my life where I was living just like this. I was not worried about what people are thinking. I was worried about whether I'm being successful or not. I was not worried about what are the different emotions or different kind of impact that is going to be created by my words. And I'm just living as a pure life, the way a child lives. A child never thinks of himself a lot that what I'm doing is right or wrong. A child never thinks of that what I'm doing is good for the society or not. What I'm doing will create some result for me or not. The problem with our entire generation is once we start understanding our life, we want our life to become in a certain way. Now to make it become in that way, we end up doing a lot of things that we may not want to do. And that is nothing but a life of pretension. It's not something that comes from within, but it is something that you do because you think it is right, which is not natural. And that is one of the reasons why we do not find that success or do not find that achievement that we look for. And often we just keep on striving, but nothing happens. I remember still those days in which I used to be very furious, and whatever I used to think is wrong, I used to raise my voice for it. But slowly when I started understanding that life doesn't work that way. Even if you raise your voice, nothing happens, nothing changes. So I started adjusting myself the way life works. Then slowly I started getting control over all that thing, all of my actions. And there was one point in time I felt literally that the anger that I used to feel within me whenever I used to see something wrong out there has gone significantly down. And in fact I was thinking I do not get angry. In fact I was thinking that nobody can make me angry, nobody can make me feel certain way. Every emotion that I'm feeling is something that I'm creating for myself. But after coming here in the ashram, all those things that I used to think about myself, that this is the way I am, this is the way I am, this is the way I am, I realized that I was pretending about a lot of things. I am not the way I think I am. Only reason I was thinking like that is because I wanted to be like that, but the true version of me is way behind the ideal version of me that I wanted to become. Because here and there when people started saying something, I started feeling some certain way about it. When something used to happen, I started feeling something about it. When nothing used to happen, I started feeling different way about it. When everything is happening good, still I'm not feeling well. Everything is not happening good, still I'm feeling well. So there are different kind of emotions started going through within me. Usually when I used to be outside of this ashram, every once in a week or every 10 days or once in a 10 days, every once in 15 days or twice in a month, I used to feel in a certain way that used to make me unstable. But here in the ashram, in the beginning of the day I am feeling in a certain way, by the end of the day I am feeling in a different way. And by the morning again I am feeling in a different way. So different kind of emotions started attacking me, and I do not know why this is happening to me, but there's a lot of emotional imbalance started happening to me. I do not know whether it's karma or something else, but one thing that Sadhguru says that I remember right now and I can make sense out of it is that Here in the ashram, we are putting you in a fast forward mode to burn your karmas. So the experience that I used to get once in 10 days, right now I'm getting or twice in a day. So it means every 10 days, every 20 days has reduced down to 1 day. So this is what I'm just guessing as a explanation to whatever happening with me. But all I'm feeling like I'm in water, but do not know whether I'm sinking in the whirlpool or floating on it. Then there was one more ceremony for all Sadhanapadas. It was called thread ceremony, the thread that I'm wearing in my hand right now. But there was a moment in which I was not about to wear this thread, because when somebody says about something to these things will help you in your spiritual growth, I have also made a video on that. I do not used to believe in all those things because I cannot feel the difference. I have felt the difference by staying inside the ashram. That's why I said that when you live inside the ashram, when you stay inside the ashram, it does create a difference, or it makes an impact the way you are living. But by wearing a simple thread, I do not think it can make any difference. By wearing a simple ring, I do not think it can make any difference. So that is why when they announced about this thread ceremony, I was not satisfied with myself that I would be going and I would be wearing a thread by thinking that it is going to make my spiritual journey better or enhance my spiritual journey. So I was very relaxed, I was very chilled, and I was okay with even if it is not happening to me. But just because everything was going on the flow, I thought let's go on the flow the way they are asking me to do, the way they are asking me to go, I should go on that way only. So on the thread ceremony day, I went to Surya Kund, I take a dip, I went inside the Adiyogi Alam, and the moment a video played of Sadhguru before this thread ceremony, it just blew my mind. Because first thing Sadhguru said in that video is, if I'll ask you to do something that will not fit into your logical brain, will you do that? And that is exactly I was experiencing within me, because what they wanted us to do, it was not fitting inside my logical brain. And he exactly told me that. And later he explained that if you do everything that you understand, then you will do only things that you know, but you will never do things that you do not know. Now my fundamental reason of coming here in the ashram to explore the part of life which is unknown to me, but it is existential. Technically I cannot understand it is because it is not yet in my experience, but it is existential. Now what exactly I was doing is I was contradicting myself only. I came here to know the part of life which unknown to me, but again I was doing things that I could understand. So this is the point when so without uttering a single word, without having a single thought in my mind whether it is going to help me or not, whether the vibhuti is going to help me or not, whether something putting on my body is going to help me or not, I just started following their instructions. Because the truth is I do not know, and that will remain as it is unless and until I experience it by myself. So it is best that if they are saying that they know about it and they are saying that just do this, just follow this, so I should be following on the same path only. I should not be doing anything else. I should not be putting my mind into it, because if my mind has that capability of understanding all of this, then I would have gone that far, so far. So since I have not gone that far, it means that it is not yet reached to that level. So best that I should follow them, best what they are saying, I should just go by that. And then again Sadhguru said that he has infused his life energy into these threads, which again doesn't make sense because it is not going to fit into this brain. But even if the 1% of it is true, then why is he doing it? Why? Does he have any transaction with me? Am I giving something to him? And on top of that, I'm not paying to be here, to live here. The food that I'm eating, the environment that I'm having, every resources that I'm using of this ashram, I'm not paying for it. And they are taking all the responsibility of me that I should be okay. So it is a really burden for them. They are asking us to come to their place. They are giving us the infrastructure, they are giving us all the resources that a human being needs. So far for last 13 years I have been staying in hostel, and I have not seen this kind of facilities inside any kind of PGs or any kind of hostel even after paying them. So this is nothing but a free ashram, but yet we are given so much of it. Why? What is the reason of it? And on top of that, they want us to change, they want us to transform. That's the only thing they want. Now, is there any selfish reason? I mean, I'm incapable of saying that right now. All I could feel is overwhelming about everything that they are doing for us. Now, if a person does that for me, then is not it my responsibility to strive for what they want us to become? because it is not for them, it is for myself. They do not want me to become something just that I could help them. They want me to become something so that I could live well, because if I live well, people around me also live well. If you live well, then everybody around you also live well. So that is why Sadhguru also says this again and again, that the best thing that you can do for the entire world is become a wonderful human being. Because if you become a wonderful human being, people would start to love to spend time with you. And I have also realized that in every single satsang, in every video, wherever Sadhguru speaks something, wherever any video that they are showing to us, one thing Sadhguru is keep on telling us, keep on reminding us, that never stop expansion of who you are. Always and always, in a different way, in a different form, he's telling this one thing. And that is the one goal that every human being is striving for. But the only thing is, we are committed for a certain period of time, then after that we are forgetting about it. And Sadhguru is just reminding us with each video of himself. So it's better that we should strive for it as well, because if they are doing so much of the things for us, then it is our responsibility also to at least put a little bit more effort so that we can live the best possible life here or outside of this ashram. So yesterday also something happened that was a little bit weird for me, weird as in something that was not normal for every human being, and it was Brahmacharya initiation. There were some certain people who were initiated into Brahmacharya, and I was sitting inside the office, and there was one akka who told us about it, and she said that I'm also going for it, I'm also selected for it, and she was getting excited about it, something like that. It is amazing to become a Brahmachari, because you are nothing but on the track for rest of your life, but at the same time it feels scary, isn't it? Because somewhere you feel like you are avoiding something, you are avoiding life, you are living something, and you are picking a certain path. But when it comes to spiritual seekers, they feel they are enhancing themselves. They are coming as the normal 1 day, 2 day volunteering, they are coming as then long-term volunteering, then they are coming as Sadhanapada, then they are coming as full-time volunteering or Punnanga. Then after that they feel like maybe I should take the Brahmacharya, because one after another, everyone wants to climb the stairs. And in the spiritual path, these are the stairs that one usually climb. So for the people who are on the spiritual path, these are the stairs that they are climbing. But for people who are staying outside of this ashram, people who are not spiritually inclined much, and people who are seeing the spirituality as something else, so for them it is way more weird, because they cannot accept the fact that someone can leave the pleasures of this earth and do or go about one single thing that even they are not sure about that whether it exists or not. And after spending a lot of time thinking about it, all I could sense is that once you take this Brahmacharya, post that it feels like you are upgrading yourself, but you actually become ordinary. More ordinary than ordinary. There is no identity of you. Everything that you used to wear, everything that you used to have transaction with will be taken away, will be thrown away, will be left. All you will have as an identity is something that you have within yourself, something that you have in your mind, something that you have already identified yourself with inside your head. But everything that you have identified yourself with, which are having some physical existence, will be taken away or will be thrown away. So somewhere people are living all this identity of themselves, everything that makes them as who they are, and they are going towards a path where there are no identity of themselves. Somewhere deep within I felt this is an amazing way to live, because you are free from everything. So all these things around that actually influencing you to be in a certain way will just go away, and all that is left is you and your consciousness. Whatever you want to become, the way you want to be, the way you want to feel within yourself, you become the master of it. Right now, just because we are surrounded by everything, we are attached to everything, whatever something goes wrong or whatever whatever is happening around us, it influencing us in a certain way. We are feeling the way someone wants us to feel, we are feeling the way something wants to feel. So you are getting free from all of these things, and you become your own creator in a way. Now there is one more question that usually we think that what about the compulsions that we are having? Food, sex, sleep. Because most of us are entangled with these three things. They never seem to be under our control ever. Yes, no? But when you are in the ashram, I do not know why and how things work for you and you start taking control over them. Sometimes what will happen is that there is some dimension within you which will take charge of all these things and you cannot be able to control them. Something will be happening from within automatically, compulsively. But what you can have here in the ashram particularly is that your own consciousness. There have been some times where I could see myself as a different part of this body, and whenever my body goes through certain kind of compulsion, I could see clearly from a little bit distance from myself that what I am doing. Now the problem with me is that I am not conscious all the time, but seldom I am being conscious, and almost rest of the time I am getting entangled in those things. And that is the reason why in the first part of this video I said sometimes I am feeling anger within myself, and that is coming out of it naturally. And this is not like too much of anger, but this is the slightest anger that I thought was gone, but it was somewhere deep within myself, and right now a little bit coming out of it, a little bit anger as in frustration coming out of it. Not a complete anger that I would be shouting on somebody, it's not happening like that, but somewhere I could feel that I am on a fast forward journey, I'm in a fast forward path towards something. I do not know what it is, but the way I'm living my life, I'm not at all worried about what is going to happen in the future, but the moment, whatever is happening, the moment, how I am is all that matters to me. And if we look at it intellectually as well, for years and years people said there is a heaven which is a better place than this, and in future you should go to that. But Indian culture entirely has been speaking since the beginning that this is the heaven and this is the moment. And this ashram has made me realize that. This is what my experience so far in the second month of Sadhanapada. I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.